Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source. It's the backup channel backing Celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news. Yesterday, we reported how Stephen A. Smith was on the Sherri Shepherd show, and while he was on the show, he tried to shade Rihanna. When he was talking about Super Bowl performances and he was talking about what's going on with the halftime show and the whole nine, he turned around and he was like, yeah, Rihanna's good, she's phenomenal, but she's no Beyonce. As soon as those words came out of his mouth, Riri fans went online and they started blasting this dude. I mean, they were online talking about this dude's jacked up hairline and the whole nine. They were giving Stephen A. Smith the business. Well, apparently, it appears that Stephen A. Smith could not handle the heat. So now he's come back and he's issued an apology. Check out what Stephen A. Smith had to say.
I just got out of First Take, and I saw some headline that's circulating all over the place about my quote that Rihanna ain't Beyonce. See, I'm gonna own it. I know what y'all trying to do, but I'm gonna own it because I get paid to speak for a living, so I need to be more careful. I want Rihanna to know you're a superstar. You're sensational. You're spectacular. You're no joke. And you are a worthy person to be doing the Super Bowl halftime show. Having said all of that, I was answering a question from Sherri Shepherd, who took over the Wendy Williams show and now got her own thing going, and I'm very proud of her. And she asked me with a bunch of sisters in the audience what she asked me. Now, I'm a Beyonce fan. I think that Beyonce is not only a phenomenal performer, the phenomenal performer. And the only reason any kind of comparison came into play is because Beyonce performed at halftime of the Super Bowl, not just by herself, but one separate Super Bowl performance with Bruno Mars and Coldplay. And I thought those were two of the greatest shows that I've ever seen. So what I'm saying is anybody has to measure up to that. Last year, with Snoop and Dre and Mary J and Eminem, I was like, Bruno Mars, Beyonce, Coldplay, big time. They got to measure up to that. Anybody who does Super Bowl or Super Bowl halftime show, forever I'm going to say Beyonce, Bruno Mars, Coldplay, and then Beyonce by themselves. Michael Jackson could still be alive, and I would say it's got to measure up to that. Eminem, who's one of my favorites, I would say that about him. Coldplay, when they talked about Coldplay initially for the Super Bowl, I was like, not enough. That can't measure up to Beyonce and Bruno Mars, or Bruno Mars by himself, or Beyonce by herself. I've always said that. I meant it as no disrespect to Rihanna. I know she's phenomenal, and she's my sister. Nothing but love for her. But Beyonce is my sister too. I got love for both of them. I just think that Beyonce is the greatest performer out there today. That's me. That doesn't mean I'm hating on anybody else. Doesn't mean I'm damn sure wishing for Rihanna to fail. I don't believe she's gonna fail. She's gonna be great. I'm just saying that I'm a Beyonce fan. That's all. That's it. Rihanna, go do your thing. I apologize for creating whatever brouhaha comes of this. I gotta be more careful where people twist it and turn it into something it ain't. My bad on that. Now I gotta go. Good luck, sweetie. Looking forward to seeing you perform at halftime during the Super Bowl. You know you gotta turn it out. You know you gotta turn it out. And I believe you will. All the best to you. Bye-bye.
My man say, you know you gotta turn it out. You know you gotta turn it out. Stephen A. needs to stop. He strikes me as the type of dude who never got any burn back in the day, and then he got a show and he got a few coins, and all of a sudden chicks started giving him a little burn, and dudes started putting a little respect on his name, and now the dude thinks he's hot-ish. He's sitting there giving the apology, and he's referring to Rihanna as sweetie. He wouldn't do that to Oprah. He better recognize that Rihanna is a whole grown behind billionaire woman, and he better put some respect on her name. And then check out what he did there. He put the spin move on it because my man was like, I gotta own this. I gotta own this because y'all are twisting my words. I can't with this dude. On to the next story. Yo, why did YSL rapper Yak Gotti's mother get arrested for trying to sneak contraband into the courtroom? Okay, so here's the deal. Yak Gotti is one of the dudes who's sitting next to Young Thug in the RICO case that's facing mad years in jail, and this dude's mom's tries to smuggle in illegal products for this dude during the trial. According to a report by WSB-TV, authorities detained LilTjay Kendrick on Tuesday, January 17th, after she allegedly attempted to pass a bag filled with tobacco products and rolling papers to her son, Yak Gotti, at the Fulton County Courthouse in Georgia. As a result of the bungled caper, Kendrick was charged with 1 count of criminal attempt to commit a misdemeanor and booked into the Fulton County Jail. So apparently this is what happened. Yak Gotti's baby mama put a sealed envelope in the mom's bag, but the mom didn't know it was in her bag until she got to the court and got bagged for having an envelope in a bag. So now I know what you're wondering. You're like, yo, how did they know that the moms had the envelope in the bag? Listen, cause this is the best part of the story. They knew that the moms had the envelope in the bag because Yak's baby mom, Nay, texted the attorney and was like, yo, I put an envelope in a bag. So then, after the attorney got the text from the chick, he turned around and he told the deputies, there's an envelope in the bag. And now, there's an arrest warrant out for Yak Gotti's baby mama, Nay, too. Listen, I thought the dudes who tried to put the backpack on the pigeon were dumb, but apparently they ain't got nothing on Yak Gotti's family, because these dudes right here, I don't even know what to think. I'm just shaking my head. Listen, I don't spend a lot of time in prison. That's not what I do. However, I do know a lot of dudes who are in prison, and I watch a whole lot of 60 Days In. So I like to think I know a little something about what goes on in the inside. And for me, I would think it would be easier to put a little money on this dude's book so he could go and get some commissary and he could go buy some oodles and noodles, and then he could turn around and he could flip those oodles and noodles for a little tobacco, and then that way he could get his smoke on the illegal way. You know what I mean? But no, you gotta do it the hard way. And now, your whole family's locked up. Now, on to the next story. The other day, LilTjay, not to be mistaken with our little Tay-K, was arrested in New York for gun possession. LilTjay was arrested for second-degree criminal possession of a weapon after the cops pulled him over while he was on his way to a music video shoot with Ice Spice for their upcoming Gangsta Boo collaboration. When the po-po pulled over the Cadillac Escalade that this dude was riding in, they found mad handguns in the car, and then they turned around and arrested the 21-year-old rapper. According to sources, quote, LilTjay and 4 others were handcuffed after none showcased a license to carry any of the weapons found, end quote. Well, now, LilTjay is sitting in jail. However, he's expected to go to court today, and they say that he should get out on $90,000 bond. Listen, I just don't get it. I've been alive for a minute, okay? And I've never ever had to pack a whole military arsenal in my car when I'm going from place to place. Never have I ever felt the need to have a semi-automatic Uzi on me when I'm going to get a can of sour cream and onion Pringles from the corner store. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm not a little kid running around here like 21 Savage and all of these other dudes like LilTjay who were actually scared of the streets. Like Mobb Deep said, these dudes are shook ones who actually need guns to actually make them feel a little powerful in the streets, because they are scared little boys. And the craziest thing about it is it's usually the dudes who are the most scared that turn around and do the scariest things. And please, before you come in the comments talking about, yo sis, some dudes need to have the stick on them, I understand that. However, some of these other dudes do not need to have the stick on them at all times. Why? Because they're not about that life. They're just out there trying to play like they're about that life. Remember when we used to be in the backyard playing cops and robbers? Well, now these dudes is out here playing rappers and thugs. Hey yo, on to the next story. One person who's not out here playing games is Drizzy Drake. Drizzy Drake said that for the New Year's, he's gonna be out in these streets telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And the Champagne OVO Pappy decided that a good place to start would be about telling you about public bathrooms. Drizzy Drake said, quote, gonna start using 2023 to tell you my truths. I've seen more staff in private bathrooms than anybody ever. Whenever you're waiting in line to use the bathroom, just know that there's an amazing clean bathroom that they refuse to show you. End quote. Aw, sucky now. Drizzy Drake is starting some mess because now every time we go to a restaurant, we're gonna be like, nah, I don't want that bathroom. I want the other bathroom. I want the clean bathroom. Yo, for real, show me the secret bathroom. And they not gonna be trying to take us to the secret bathroom. And we're gonna be like, nah, for real, son, I want the clean bathroom. Bring me to the clean bathroom. I want the bathroom that Drizzy Drake be getting. Listen, I can already see it now. Drizzy Drake, you done started some ish. And while we're on the topic, I was not gonna mention it, but since Drizzy Drake brought it up, some of y'all need some home training because y'all don't even understand how to use a public bathroom. When you walk into a bathroom and you use that bathroom should be clean when you leave the bathroom. And if you look up, down, back, sideways, or over, and you see any drip or residue of what you did on the rim of the toilet bowl, in the toilet bowl, or on the floor that is either yellow, brown, or red, you need to get some tissue and you need to wipe that up. You need to throw it in the toilet and you need to flush that toilet. I mean, some of y'all is mad nasty. I mean, on the real, we're grown, so I shouldn't have to be saying this on YouTube. However, I gotta say it because nobody's saying it. There's never a reason to walk away from a public toilet without flushing the toilet. Actually, there's never a reason to walk away from any toilet without flushing the toilet unless you're like 2 years old. And even then, your parents need to flush the toilet. Listen, I gotta tell you people, stop being nasty in public bathrooms because one, somebody gotta come behind you, and then two, there are actually people who work in those places who actually have to clean those facilities. Have a little respect. All right. I took it a little left. I'm bringing it back. I didn't mean to go there, but somebody had to say it. All right, on to the next story. As you may or may not know, the night that Takeoff got moited, more than one person got shot at the bowling alley. And now the chick who got shot is speaking up. Yesterday, 24-year-old Sydney LilTjay did an exclusive interview on KHOU 11, and during the interview, she recounted the traumatic and fatal incident that left her in a coma and hospitalized. When talking about that night, LilTjay said, quote, "Like any other 24-year-old girl, I was just out partying and celebrating," end quote. And when the news reporter asked her how she felt when she was struck, LilTjay said, quote, "I felt the sting in the back of my head. I felt myself falling. It was like a scary movie, really. Ironically, it was Halloween night. I had on a nun outfit. I had blood all over me. I was just grateful that I did survive because the place that it hit in my head, I just feel like it was a miracle," end quote. Hey yo, let's keep this young lady lifted up in prayer because I'm telling you, your life can change in an instant. Just think about it. On Halloween night, this chick got up, she put on a nun outfit, and she went to the party because she just wanted to get a twerk on a little bit. And then the next thing you know, pop, and this chick is laying in a hospital bed in a coma. Listen, things can happen, and you gotta thank God for everything that He protects you from that you don't even know about. Trust me, God done already protected you from 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12 things today that you don't even know about. And that's why God is good and He's worthy of the praise. On to the next story. Rapper Vado claims that the verse that he spit on his 2018 song, "Da Hated," featuring David East, was the best verse laid down in the last 10 years. In a recent Instagram thread about the song, Vado popped up in the comments and he was like, quote, "If you ask me, a verse of the decade," end quote. Hey yo, after Vado made his comments online, rap fans came out because they wanted to share their thoughts too. One person wrote, quote, "Some stuff just hit better coming from certain people. If Drake or Jay said these bars, the world would shut down, LOL. But Vado spitting?" End quote. Another person added, quote, "Ninja Ish ain't even better than East. Laughing my A off. Vado my dog though." End quote. Hey yo, can somebody please tell Vado that if he dropped the verse of the decade, other people would be saying he dropped the verse of the decade and he would not have to say it himself. But on the real, let me ask you a question. Are we respecters of persons? For example, had somebody else dropped the same bars that Vado dropped, right? Let's say Kendrick dropped. Let's say Jay-Z dropped it. Let's say J. Cole dropped it. Let's say Drake dropped the bars. Would we put a little bit more respect onto those bars? Hey yo, let me know what you think in the comments. And for real, before I go, I want to give a shout out to all of the people that are out there who rock with this channel. On the real, y'all are the best YouTube crew out there. Other people got channels, but they don't know what's going on back here in these YouTube streets. And for real, shout out to Celebs and The Source for making the dope videos. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.